We head to Prague today for today's tactic, so let's check it out. Yes, this is the FM24 AC Sparta Prague 3-4-1-2 tactic by FM Rensie. There is a little bit of description in the description on the Steam Workshop page that I got this from, but he does link to an FM24 coffeehousefm.com page that kind of tells you the whole story about the formation, the instructions, and everything in it. So definitely check that out if you like a different style formation, 3 at the back, 2 up the sides on the wing backs. So definitely check it out and see what you think of it. But we're going to take a look at what our 3 teams of Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Ipswich Town in the Championship have to say about it today in just a little while. But we're going to start out with a sweeper keeper in support, ball-playing defenders on the left and the right and defend, a central defender in the center spots, a complete wing-back in support on both sides, box-to-box midfielder next to an advanced playmaker, an attacking midfielder in support, a pressing forward in attack up front next to an advanced forward as well. There's an individual instruction here and there, so not a whole lot, but balanced mentality. It is a custom gegenpress. In possession, I mean, you don't have a lot of instructions here. Pass into space and play out of defense, standard passing directness, tempo is standard, mixed crosses. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the center backs and take short kicks. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, step up more and trigger press much more often. Now, like I said, how did it do for our 2 Premier League teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa? Not too bad. Liverpool in second spot, kind of where they expected to be. 81 points, a little bit lower than what we've seen. 85 is around the midfield range. Aston Villa in 8th, a little bit higher in the table than what they're expected to be, but 56 points, yeah, not too great. We've definitely seen better tactics with the outcomes that they got here. Well, both the FA Cup and the EFL Cup see them out against Chelsea, unfortunately. FA Cup in the 4th round replay, 2-2 in penalties. Liverpool do get to the final of the EFL Cup, but 0-1 is where you drop out. And funny enough, Aston Villa in the 3rd round. However, a trophy does come to Liverpool. Europa League final against Atalanta, beating the likes of West Ham, Celtic, Real Sociedad, not doing too badly. West Ham had loss away from home, but an absolute thrashing at home. And yeah, League Cup final 3-2. So overall, probably not a whole lot different than what we've seen before. 28 goals for Salah, Nunez with 22. Assist-wise, 14 for Nunez. That is it. We've seen tallies that have a lot higher up there. Average rating 7.35 for Salah, Nunez with 7.32. Pretty good. We'll switch over to Aston Villa's schedule this time around. EFL Cup 3rd round, we saw out against Liverpool, and then FA Cup 5th round against Chelsea. Again, 2-2 in penalties, and another penalty one there. Unfortunately, no trophies for Aston Villa this season as they lose out in the quarterfinals of the East Europa Conference League. Unfortunately, 1-3 loss away from home to Osasuna is where you drop out. 2-1 at home just doesn't give you enough. Martinez definitely having a down season appearance-wise. Goals, though, Diaby with 29, Ollie Watkins with 21. Kind of a reverse there, but those two are just lights out. Assists, 14 for Diaby. Digne with 12, as does Matty Cash. Average rating, not a lot in the green here. Diaby with a 7.42. Finally, they get something above Coutinho. And Boubacar Kamara with 7.14. Not too bad. Data hub-wise for Liverpool, not too bad. Better in attack, not too bad in defense. They got some strong attacking numbers. And if we look at Aston Villa, I mean, they are weak. Pretty weak defensively, as it says, and fairly poor in attack. No doubt about it. I mean, this time around, it's, I guess, Liverpool's show as they're in most of the categories. Most goals, you are in second with 79. Aston Villa is 67. But overall, you know, you got fewer shots against. Most possession, both teams are there. Dribbles made, only Liverpool. Tackles, one, nobody. Completion, you know, best pass completion, Liverpool. But I mean, it's average at best. And as we turn to the player stats for the Premier League, you can see most goals, Haaland, whatever, 40. Salah, though, with 20, a fantastic outing. Diaby with 14. So Diaby must have had a bunch in the cups as well. Most assists, nobody. Nunez with Player of the Match awards. Alisson and Martinez in there for passing. Robbo with most dribbles made. Tackles, one, nobody. Key passes, nobody. Most shots, you got Salah in there. But overall, it didn't do very well individually for the players. And I mean, even if Liverpool come in second, I still think there's a lot of tweaks that need to be made for the Liverpool and Aston Villa teams specifically. As we go to the championship side, though, Ipswich Town in 11th place. Not great. 19, 14, and 13. 71 points. Far off from where they'd hoped to be. I mean, 20 plus more points is what you need just to get into the playoffs. It's crazy. You're not going to get there. If you took control of these teams, of course, you're going to do a lot better. You can possibly bring Ipswich Town up to playoff contention. You have a long way to go, though. Definitely getting some of these draws. What was it? 14 draws. That's a lot of points that could be had, so definitely doable, but it is a long road. The Ipswich Cup run, unfortunately, EFL Cup second round is where you're out against Norwich, and then FA Cup fifth round, 0-4 against Leeds. Squad-wise, again, I mean, there's going to be, what is it, Hurst? Yep, Hurst with 28 goals, 13 for Chaplin. It's basically an average tactic for this team, at least. Assist-wise, 10 for West Burns, definitely down from what we expect, and then a lot fewer greens than what we expect too, but Hurst with 7-2-1. You expect him to be up there. And apparently Desiree Doué comes in on loan from Rennes. So that's one to look at possibly. I mean, wow, that guy's expensive. But in this team, looks pretty nice. How does he do? 18 appearances, 1 goal, 6 assists. Okay. A few shots against there, a little higher in possession. But, you know, overall, they're not really in this town. Best pass completion, of course. Most shots for. And if we go to the player overview, yeah, I mean, Hurst is going to be in here a couple times, maybe, at least for goals. I'm sure shots, too. Yep, there he is, 96 shots. How far down is he? All the way in, tied for third, so not too bad. But overall, I mean, the rest of the players just did nothing. There you go, West Burns. But yeah, overall, not the greatest. So as we recap this whole thing, to be honest, it's not a tactic that worked for these three teams. I definitely think there's a lot of things you need to do to kind of get your players suited into this tactic, or just need different players. But there's a lot of tweaking that you'll need to do once you pick your team and sort it into your team. But that, you know, again, this is just a flat sim. I did not do anything. My assistant managers and coaches and all that did everything for me. I definitely think you could do a lot better if you took control of yourself and figured things out. But that is it for me, Seffian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.